What's up, YouTube? This is GalacticGod, and I'm coming at you now with a new updated Elemental Hero deck profile. Now, this, of course, is a deck that would be immensely better if we could actually get Stratos returned to us off of the Forbidden List here in the TCG, but I digress. That is actually a topic for a different kind of video on a different day. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is go ahead and get into things and get to the Elemental Hero deck profile. So starting things off, we of course got 3 copies of Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, our new Stratos for heroes, so to speak. From there, we have 3 copies of Elemental Hero Bubbleman. Then we have 2 Goblindberghs and 2 copies of Summoner Monk to kind of round up all of the monsters. Now, to help with our low monster count in the deck, we're playing 3 copies of Emergency Call, 3 copies of Reinforcement of the Army, and 3 copies of A Hero Lives. This should help us get to any of our hero cards as fast as possible. Essentially bumps our monster count because we have instant access to monsters within half of our deck. We're also playing 3 copies of Mass Change and 2 copies of Mass Charge to not only get back our Mass Change once they're sent to the graveyard, but also get back a hero monster to kind of make some big plays. I always like to play at least 1 copy of Miracle Fusion within my hero decks because you never know when you can top deck this and go for some kind of big push. We also got Raigeki and Dark Hole to kind of clear the field and push for OTK moves, and 2 MSTs to kind of deal with pesky back row. And that rounds up the spells. So for traps, we're playing 2 copies of Fiendish Chain, 2 copies of Prison, 2 copies of Mirror Force, Compulsory, Torrential, Bottomless, Solemn Warning, and of course, Vanity's Emptiness. And that rounds up the traps. For the extra deck, we're playing 2 copies of Masked Hero Darklaw. Probably the fusion monster that gave heroes the biggest boost they've had since maybe like Elemental Hero The Shining or something. This extra deck card really helped revitalize the whole archetype and give it new focus. Well, that and along with Shadow Mist, of course. From there, we have 1 Masked Hero Anki and then 1 Masked Hero Acid. I've been kind of trying to get maybe a second Acid in there because there's been times where I could definitely make a second one. But extra deck space, as you can imagine, in any kind of hero deck is always very tight. So for now, we're just playing 1, but I have been trying to think of a way to bump it up to 2. Then for normal Elemental Hero fusions, we have Absolute Zero, Elemental Hero Escuridao, and then Gaia. That rounds up the fusion part of the extra deck. And then for XCs, we've got, of course, Exciton Knight, number 101, Castel, Diamond Direwolf, Abyss Dweller, Gagaga Cowboy, number 103, Ragnazero, and rounding up here at the end is Heroic Champion Excalibur. I mean, who doesn't love 4K worth of damage? Gets over towers, can push for big hits and possibly OTK kind of plays. A great card for any kind of hero deck. Alright, YouTube, and there you have it. This is my updated Elemental Hero deck for the current format. Now, heroes have always been probably one of my favorite archetypes. I usually revisit the deck at least once every few formats because there's something about heroes. It always harkens me back to that GX era and just how much fun I enjoyed playing the game back then. Anyhow, remember to let me know what you think of my current build down in the comment section below, and also leave any kind of helpful hints on ways that you think the deck can be improved upon. And I guess that's it for now. This is GalacticGod, out.